haven't been in the studio in 2 weeks.
I know.
And as a result, we don't even know what the fuck episode this is.
But if you listen, tell us.
But that's okay. That's totally fine. Welcome to Late Nights with Oko and Coco.
Yo, these late nights got me acting a fool. I stepped in on my boom, like in the way that I move. I ain't playing around with fools.
Long time no see, Steph.
Good to see you.
How you doing? I'm good.
Nice.
I'm tanned. I'm relaxed.
I
feel like I look darker. I can see it actually.
When I saw you on FaceTime, I said that was the first thing I said was you look like you've been okay. Come on here.
Actually, no. What Oko said was what happened to your face?
I did say
that's what the fuck he said. He didn't say he did not say anything. Oh, you look darker. Oh, nice tan. No, he said, what happened to your face?
And you said, what's wrong with my face?
I said, what the fuck is wrong with my face? I said,
and then I realized that maybe that's not how you greet people you ain't talked to in a while.
Right, I was like, well, what's wrong with my face? I think my face is nice.
And that could have been, I think really what I was saying was I hadn't seen your face. Because I had not seen your face in a few days.
It had been a few days.
That could have been what I was saying.
I'm a very
what happened, because I'm usually seeing you every day in some form.
Yeah, I'm like a very avid phone caller.
Oh, yeah, you are.
When I'm in Mexico, though, I don't have good service.
I know, I was fine.
And so that was making, there was a handful of people who
I was absolutely fine, so he is having fun. My phone is on quiet.
There was a handful of people. I was posting to my story, did you see?
No.
Yeah.
I'd never watch yours.
I don't watch stories either.
And that's fair, because I know you don't watch mine.
I do not watch.
You never watch, and I don't care. I don't expect you to. You don't even watch anyone.
I don't watch anyone's story.
Yeah, I know that.
No, I do not take the time to watch your story. If I saw your story, it was an accident.
I believe that.
I don't know what I was doing.
I had a conversation with a friend of mine who actually thought that I was like intentionally like not looking at his stories, and it was a whole thing. Like, did you block me, or why are you not looking at my stories? Because he said that I was looking at them, and then I just stopped. Really what happened was it just so how I got in the back. I wasn't seeing them. But this is the friend that I talk to all the time. So it was like, has it changed? Are we still friends?
Are we still friends? Is there beef now?
No, but I had to let him realize that now I can tell if I haven't seen you in a while and I don't look at your stories, it may be, okay, Oko may not be feeling me, because that happens.
Oh, Oko is a shady bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just in case anyone was unaware, Oko is a shady bitch. Without question.
It happens sometimes, but if I'm in your life and actively, it's like, don't fucking care if I'm not looking at your stories, because I'm giving you the real thing.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Who cares?
Don't care if I'm looking at your stories, bitch, because I'm not. I don't look at nobody's story.
All right, you want to open this? This is
usual.
Yeah, what
we're
it's
drinking.
Nothing special,
we're
people.
On to our Simpler Wines, people.
Time.
Simpler Wines, send us a deal. Send us a contract. We like deals. We like contracts. We need some money. We need some new sponsorship. You know what I'm saying?
It's the most used thing that we. This is the most. This frequent is
you all the yes. We look at this. Oko Late Nights with Oko and Coco, brought to you by Simpler Wines. See, like you can see it.
Yeah.
We can see it. You can see it. The audience can see it. We can see it. We can see it. That's a clap for audio. Shit. Oh shit. Drop the fucking intro.
Okay.
Okay. We're back. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. I dropped the intro.
Right.
I did. Okay. For the ASMR girls.
All right.
The peach Italian wine cocktail. I'm ready to talk some shit.
All right. I have two things. First thing I want to do is, am I wrong?
Okay. Am I wrong?
All right. So. Don't do this.
No, save the am I wrong for the guest.
Oh, I had something else. I have a fun thing I want to do.
Okay, all right. Okay. All right.
The guest is going to do something fun.
He said fuck the guest.
No, I like the guest. I don't want them to do this. All right, it's not this. I want this to be these two niggas talking. All right. This person says, I went out for a few drinks with my best friend, let's call him Mark, last weekend. While we were at a bar, I noticed one of my girlfriend's friends at the bar. Let's call her Emma. Mark noticed that Emma was with a friend, so
these are some white people.
You gotta be.
It gotta be. Mark and Emma.
Gotta be.
That's our fictitious names.
You don't say
names.
Tina or Deja.
Yeah, nothing. Jamal.
Deja drinking a Bloody Mary.
A grape soda.
Right. Mark noticed that Emma was with a friend of his, so we went over to say hi. I'd met Emma a couple of times, so she always says hi when she sees me, etc., so she knows who I am. Me and Mark and I went up to her and said hi and asked how she was while Mark talked to his friend. We all got to talking and ordered a round of drinks, and Mark invited them to join us. The four of us all ended up just staying at the bar for a few drinks. After that, we split off, and Mark went for food and then shared a taxi, and we went home. Okay. Here's the part. The next morning, I started to tell my girlfriend about the night, but I could see she was annoyed, so I asked her what was wrong. She mentioned that another friend of hers had messaged her to tell her that I was at the bar with her friend and it looked like we were getting on well. I tried to explain what had happened, but she just said I was wrong for drinking with her friend. I mentioned that we were all only having drinks and that I had done nothing wrong, but she said it was disrespectful. Am I wrong for drinking with my girl's friend, a friend, honey?
I don't think so. Because if you came home and told her what you did, you didn't do nothing wrong. And if your friend is your friend,
but if people do wrong and tell now.
But if your friend is your friend,
it's a gnat in here.
And you're, nigga, relax. There's gnats in a lot of places.
This is going to freak me out. This has never happened.
Oh, I think
not buzzing in my head.
You've never had a gnat?
Not on this show.
Oh man.
Buckle up, people.
Let's do it. It's late nights with Coco.
I don't like this.
Kill it. Get your reflexes up. Damn, remember that time Obama hit that fly and caught it in the midair?
Remember that.
Okay.
That's his Kenyan side.
Do an Obama. Okay?
I'm not Kenyan.
Pull an Obama.
No, I'm not Kenyan and white.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not Kenyan and white either. Do I think that
I don't
it's
know
wrong?
Kenyan, I don't know crap.
No, I don't like people who don't trust their partners. What is the point of having a partner to not trust it? Bitch, you need therapy. He went out with his friend and your friend. They saw each other. They had drinks. He came home and told your ass. Your friend was there too. She also probably confirmed the story. Why you tripping?
Well, no, that friend said that the friend is the one that told her.
What did Emma say? What did he came home to Susie? Susie's pissed at Mark, right?
Because she had heard that he was with her
Emma.
friend at the bar. Yes.
Right? What the fuck did she ask Emma?
I don't think she talked to Emma.
Well, she should have talked to Emma.
Somebody else saw them together. See, are you done?
Well, I mean, okay, if someone else saw them and then told you, and that's how you found out first, maybe I'd be a little questionable about it.
But that's what happened.
I thought he came home and told her.
After he did, but she had already heard.
Oh, I mean, whatever. I mean, he could have texted her and be like, "Oh, hey, I'm out," and he could have maybe said
you shouldn't have to do all of that.
I mean,
it's not grown up-ish.
No, I get that, but I mean, like, okay, if I went, when we were out and I ran into Sasone,
yeah,
I was out on a date with someone else.
You was,
and ran into Sasone at a party.
You did,
and was like, "Oh, hey, just I told you I had just ran into Sasone." Now, we aren't dating. I was on a date, but still.
Sasone and I are not lovers.
No.
We love each other.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but we're not lovers.
Yeah, so I mean, like.
So you could have not had to tell me that.
I could have, but I mean, like, but I feel like it's not too crazy to be like, "Oh, I ran into your friend while we were out." Particularly if we were out for like a couple hours, I'd take some pictures. I'd probably let you know.
I think you would. I would let you know, too.
I would let someone know. They'd be like, "Oh, I ran into XYZ at a party. We're here having drinks." I would probably say something. If that was my partner, I would probably say something in that. While we were having the drinks. You know me, I'll FaceTime.
You would actually FaceTime. That was
drinking.
you with them. No, you actually would have been at the bar FaceTiming your girlfriend or
with
boyfriend.
Her friend. Yeah.
With her friend saying, "Guess who I saw."
Hey, yeah,
I suppose that I understand it in that, but I also think that this girlfriend has to grow up.
Yeah.
Because people run into each other. What would have been the right thing, just to see her and not say anything? That's not grown up, and that's not especially not someone you know. Yeah. This girlfriend sounds like she might be a little. She got some insecurities.
A lot of bitches got
also
insecurities.
The person who is peeping at what's not their business, going back telling her really is the problem. Because I think if Mark would have came to her before, like you said, and said Emma and I was drinking cocktails, it would have been okay.
Yeah, it would have been fine.
But when they say things like it looked like you guys were getting on well, what the fuck would they be not?
Yeah,
what else you doing?
Why are we drinking? Why are we drinking? We should be upset with each other and armed at the bar.
Backs apart.
Yeah, calling each other cunts. Yeah, that's fair.
So I don't know.
That should be the name of the episode, calling each other cunts.
Well, we can't do that.
YouTube won't like that. They won't like
not
that.
with the feminists who likes our show.
Calling each other. Feminists don't like the word cunt?
A lot of them don't.
Why?
Because it's a very ugly word.
What about dick?
Well, a cunt and dick are not, they don't have the same connotation.
Is there a dick word? You fucking mangy dick ass motherfucker.
That's just a description.
Right? I feel like that's like,
a description.
If someone called me a mangy dick motherfucker, you fucking bumpy dicked motherfucker. Like, that's mean, right? That's insulting. You know, I feel like if someone's like, "Oh, you cunt," well, I feel like I'd rather be called a cunt than a bumpy dick motherfucker. Maybe that's the name of the episode. You bumpy dicked motherfucker.
My God, today.
Oh man, we're here.
My God. So one more thing, and this I feel like we talk about all the time, but it's similar, but this is like specifically for you.
Is it Beyonce or Diddy?
No, we got them coming.
Oh, they're coming.
This is like dating wise.
Oh, okay.
But this is something that you talk about.
Because we like Beyonce and Diddy up in here.
And they are coming up. Don't worry, Diddy. I'm getting that ass nigga. Now you take that to the bank. Whatever money you have left. And he got so much money.
I'm sure there's some left, yeah.
I wish he was broke.
I'm sure he's not out yet.
I wish he was broke.
I'm sure he's not out yet.
He'll never be broke.
I'm certain.
He's going to be in prison.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go back. All right. So this person says, I have been dating this guy. We call him Jeff. This is a gay man. So this is why I wanted to ask you this.
Faggots.
I've been dating this guy. We can call him Jeff for 4 weeks. We usually see each other multiple times a week. He calls almost daily and we text 3 here and there. Lately, there's been a gradual change in his behavior. He would take longer and longer to reply. Yesterday, he canceled our plans last minute, and we were supposed to see each other today, but he hasn't replied to my text in over 24 hours. I tried to call once, no answer. He's not the best texter, but like one text saying he can't talk right now takes 5 seconds. I have been trying to be understanding since he's kind of a busy guy, but it's not the first time he pulls something like this. Just a few days ago, he went over 22 hours without calling or texting. My friends think it's a bit unfair to just end things without having a conversation first and trying to solve things. But I just feel like it is way too soon for me to start stressing out. What should I do? This seems like we've had this conversation, you and I personally, in a roundabout way.
It sounds like you and Jeff aren't in a relationship.
Right.
And if you count in the hours between responding to you, you are toxic. If you are toxic as fuck, he said it's been 22 hours since you responded to me. If someone sent me that bullshit, I might as well block you. I have blocked niggas for shit like that. I have done it. Don't be demanding of my time when I don't owe you shit.
But they're dating.
Are they dating?
Yes, I have been dating this guy.
Oh, well,
We can call him Jeff.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
For 4 weeks.
So okay. First of all, you've been dating Jeff for 4 weeks. Okay, 4 weeks is a cold.
I love how you have a backup.
4 weeks is a head cold.
You go one way, and then when I correct,
no, but I'm just
it's
like,
like
4 weeks is a fucking head cold. Okay, like I'm like y'all over here got demands on his time. I done known your ass for 20 days, and you over here for 25 days, and now
4 weeks. Is that 25 days?
Yeah, that's like we done hit 4 weeks, and it sounds like someone who's pushing the numbers. Like it ain't even been 4 weeks. They ain't say a month. And so like that's like I don't know.
But you never dated someone who you noticed that that their movement was changing, but they were not saying anything.
At 4 weeks,
really what
I would
saying.
never say that I was dating someone, even if I told you that we were dating. I'm not telling no other niggas that for at least 6 months. At least 6. That you are in the trial period.
But what about their actions, regardless of what you're telling them or what you're calling it?
Yeah, I mean,
if someone is consistent,
because you ain't respond to me, for 22 hours, you obviously clingy, and you obviously doing clingy shit, and you already asking Reddit and shit. You've been dating for 4 weeks. He ain't respond to you for 22 hours, and you grumpy. A little I can't do text or whatever. That's not enough for you. You sound pissy and toxic. Personally.
I think Lil Man who wrote this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Lil Man, what's up?
I think that this person doesn't know how to tell you that the feelings are changing. That's really what I believe.
I mean, dating someone for 4 weeks does not even count. That is
to you,
not
it doesn't
dating.
Count.
No, if you have been dating for 4 weeks, you are talking to someone.
But he's talking about their actions, though. So you're saying that this is the guy who was always available, always hung out. He's noticing a change.
How you always available, always hang out? It's only been 4 weeks. How you can't always be available for weeks.
When does it start mattering, Corey? If it's
I don't
only
know.
Been 4
it's
weeks?
Definitely not within 4 fucking weeks.
That invalidates anything.
I think that invalidates this entire conversation. If you have
I don't think you even believe that.
I really do.
That. And I'm going to bring this up when you call me about a man
that
was around texting your ass. I'm going to say to you how long you knowing him, and your fucking ass tell me 2 days. I'm hanging up my telephone.
You know I have the flavor of a week every week.
Okay, honey.
That's what I'm saying. I have a flavor of a week every week.
We have a guest. guess.
So if niggas is
I want you to pin this.
No, pin
that
it.
when he
no,
called me,
you can motherfucking
when
pin it.
he called me
have
and
no
lament
problem
about a man not texting, which you have done.
Not really.
Oh, you haven't.
Lamenting about
Let's
a man
go on.
not texting
Let's go
me?
on, because I don't want to cuss in front of your guests.
Not
Let's go on.
texting me back.
All right. Let's go. I'm done. All right.
I feel like the last man I lamented about not
through.
no. I feel like the last man I lamented about not
you ain't gonna
texting
lie
me
in
back.
my face.
We had been together for like a year. It had been 6 months. We had been doing this. It wasn't like it hadn't been fucking 3 weeks and me being like, oh, like he's not texting me back. That's not really a thing.
All right. So
Sam's
Texas.
the ones booking me trips around the world. Whatever.
right.
We've had some. Okay, so we have guests coming in, and we're gonna reset. And when we come back, you'll see the guests, and Oko and me. We'll be back. Yeah.
Back in a moment.
Yeah, you motherfucker. Yeah, you know.
Yo,
Hi. We're back.
Welcome back.
Reset.
Oh.
Hat flipped around. I think this is cuter too. I think this works better.
The three.
Sure.
Huh?
The three.
Bring
The
it
three. No, my
closer.
hat turned forward.
I like the cap. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't wear them that forward that much. I feel
No,
like.
I don't usually wear them forward. My
do?
dreadlocks look crazy right now.
Because of what?
Because so we went to Mexico and
Nice.
while we were in Mexico, I'm double fisting. While we were in
Oh, I was
Mexico,
about to say.
yes, cheers.
I gotta catch up.
This is
Yes.
Kiana, my cousin.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah,
My
Corey,
bestie.
cousin and bestie for sure.
Yes,
Corey
yes,
loves
yes.
Kiana.
I do. We've been. I said a long time ago that she was gonna be my bestie, and
Cheers.
here we are.
Yeah.
Mine's empty, but have
It's
fun.
okay.
Here, no, here. So let's split this one. You already drank the first one. Look at Oko getting drunk on late nights with Oko and
Child.
fucking Coco. Okay.
It's the dog in me, honey. It's the Snoop Dogg
It's the Snoop
rolling down the
Dogg.
street.
You like.
That was a fun episode. Remember we started one episode with singing Snoop Dogg's "I Got My Mind on My Money and My Money on My Mind."
I feel like I do remember that.
Yeah, me, you, and Sakina,
Right?
and Priscilla.
No, you just.
Oh yeah, I'm like I don't have time for this. I'm not a chemist.
Just have it. You got this. I believe in you. Cheers. Okay.
And cheap too. Cheap.
Yes. Late nights. Okoing and Cocoing.
Yes.
So this is Corey's cousin, Kiana.
Yes.
And you guys, I have a few things I want to know about just as an audience, thinking for the audience, but also as a friend. What is your tell me a memory? Describe young Corey.
Okay.
Oh shit. That's what the fuck this is gonna be today.
No, it's not going to be like that, but I think that's a good starter
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
because I don't know young Corey.
Right, and I feel like in some ways I don't.
I know Corey younger than me.
Only because we lived in the same state, but we lived maybe like 6 hours apart.
5 for a little while.
Something
Yeah.
for a while. So
Yeah.
like childhood, I maybe saw him twice, and I didn't.
In your whole
really-
childhood?
No, she's dramatic.
I'm not dramatic.
She's
I
so
really
fucking
like,
dramatic. She said she saw me twice
No.
before we was 15.
but kind of like
I have pictures of us as children.
that one.
I have
time.
stories of us as children.
Cause he remembers. Cause for him, right?
She don't remember.
I was a special treat. Like it was like, oh my gosh.
Wow. That's so crazy. The
get that.
But
disrespect.
it's all love. It's
Oh
all
yeah,
love.
that's what it feels
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
That's what it feels
You guys
like.
really love each other.
So I think for me, like he enters my story at like 12.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
When like he would come, his family would come down, and like then it's like, okay, we're in the house, we're playing Wii, very competitively,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like we're on the train trying to get somewhere, and he's like, come on, let's talk. We're the closest in age, we should be besties, and I'm like, nah.
That's what she said. She did turn down my offer at
I was
first.
not interested at all.
I wore that bitch down.
Yeah,
That's what
literally.
happened.
He was just like, I'm gonna be your favorite cousin, cause we're 6 weeks apart.
I know. Yeah.
So he's just like, there's no reason why we
Yeah.
shouldn't be, and was like, I'm gonna make it happen, and proceeded to call me. I think like every 6 weeks. On the 6 weeks for a while, and now it's like every other day. Like
I know.
Mexico was weird because my phone was quiet because we were together.
Because we were together. Yeah, that was like,
Well, there was here's the thing, like, so Corey is the type, as he's here, so it's funny talking about him like this, but Corey
Hi.
is the type friend that like annoys the shit out of me, as he know. Love him deeply, But I also feel safe. I feel safe when I know he's with you. Mm-hmm. So when I didn't talk to him, it was like, okay, well, he is with his cousin, who he really, really, really likes. Mm-hmm. So even though he's not fucking blowing up my telephone or calling me at 9 in the morning.
Which has been the running trend of this week. Everyone's like, I haven't heard from you all week.
Literally.
I haven't heard from you this week.
Which tells you that he is the way, like, he will call you.
Oh, no,
like,
no one. I will give him this. I do not call. I say to him, and it's the truth. He said, you ever call? I say, I don't call people. They call me.
Yeah, I call Oprah.
They call me.
Yeah, I be calling. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck? You can't call me. No one wants to check it on Coco."
Well, if I haven't heard in a while, definitely. Like if I want to say maybe like day 5, be like, "Oh, are you good? Are you alive?" Just checking.
This was the longest I had went in 3 years of knowing him. Mm-hmm. I mean, but again, it was like, oh, well, he is having fun. He's with his cousin. I got it.
Yeah. The biggest issue really actually in Mexico was the fucking phone service. My phone was acting up crazy. Everything was acting up crazy. And like everything was, so I couldn't really do anything. I could barely load Yahoo. Yeah. Okay. let alone FaceTime somebody. I was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with the Wi-Fi again today? But Mexico was so nice. I really needed that vacation. Yo.
Any fun stories? Anything that comes to mind?
He was outside.
I was outside. I was in the streets. I was outside. I was making friends. I was fucking dudes. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you on this podcast something I won't.
How many did I?
No answer.
I didn't know. I didn't have sex with anyone.
Yeah, that's
because I'm sure some of them will be watching.
You told them our show? You told them about our show?
Some will follow me on Instagram, so I'm sure that some of them will see the clip. I won't post this clip. They have to go dig through the episodes to find the truth. No, but I had a great time.
Good food.
Made some great food.
Great food.
What was your favorite things you guys ate?
The tacos across the street.
Yo, the
tacos across the street?
Yep.
You mean like literally across the street?
From the hotel.
Okay, I'm thinking like, is this what it's called?
No, literally across the street. It was, what was it? It was in the food park.
Yeah.
Called the Burrito Park. This is important.
Yeah,
important.
Burrito Park.
Tell them
in Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta.
That's it, because we hadn't said that.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Because people watch us. They may want to go.
Yo.
Oh, no, go, because the pork taco, the El Pastor taco.
Yes.
And put everything on them.
Everything. Don't even mess with the chicken. Just get the Al Pastor taco.
Get the chicken if you have a second.
Here in Los Angeles, because I mean we.
Oh yeah, LA has good tacos.
We know good Mexican food here.
Oh no, that El Pastor taco is probably the best taco I've ever had.
Oh wow.
And I be trying tacos out here in LA.
Yes, and we actually live in a city that you can say that we do know some good tacos.
LA has good tacos.
Yeah.
Those tacos was bomb. Yeah. And I was like, the only reason I think they so bomb is I was like, it's good because we are really in deep ass Mexico. Mm-hmm. Somebody's grandma is making this shit. Mm-hmm. And seasoning up these birds and throwing them on this fire and making these sauces at the crib. And someone's grandson is bringing this shit between said little restaurant and grandma's house.
Wow.
Because they was cooking it down. They was throwing it down.
Yeah, they were doing it.
Well, Vallarta's fun. It's super gay. It's a great time to go visit. Go out
a lot
to
of
the
gays
dance clubs.
go. Yeah, you see it a lot on social media.
I didn't know about Vallarta until I moved to Los Angeles because it's not a New York thing.
It's
far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, but Vallarta, you're in LA. It's 2.5 hours away. It's pretty cheap. The dudes are hot. The drinks are strong. I'd recommend.
Recommend.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you're not gay, beaches.
Okay. Talk to the people who
talk to the straights.
Talk to the straights.
Straggots.
To the heteros.
To the heteros. The beaches are a vibe. It's cheap. Like I was surprised when we were done.
We don't really
we
don't really think about heteros.
No,
so yeah, talk to the people.
no, that's fair.
We don't. A lot of people think about heteros. Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. This is not.
This show ain't where we think about
them. This ain't for them.
They watch. Hi.
They do hi heteros. Mm-hmm. Not fuck
they
all
really
of
watch. Yeah, they watch. Some of my biggest fans are straight people.
Yeah,
like the ones that I personally know.
Oh no, all the only people who do I personally know who likes our show? I don't know. Who watches our show weekly? I know a couple.
Yeah. Who are straight. Or in relationships. I do, at least.
I know a couple, but I'm like, when I think about like, most of the people I know who like us are gay.
That's fair too. I like that.
It's very gay. Which is fair. I mean, look at our background.
I like our background.
Look at my nails.
That's a nice.
Don't look at mine because they are busted.
They are. I saw them earlier, and some take, and I was like, I wasn't gonna say shit. But you said shit, so I will double down.
Listen,
I will double down on your commenting.
You can double down.
But it's not. I wouldn't have said it. Though that's how I felt.
No, you're good. All right, I have a game that's going to lead up to something that's Black Twitter is talking about, and people all around.
Okay.
So I have 5 different song lyrics.
Okay.
And I want you guys to, when I say them,
And just an update. The way, if you're starting the show, the way me and Oko do this show is I have no idea what's going on. I make the show happen on the back end or on the filming, editing, uploading. Oko makes the show happen on the what we talk about, how the structure of the show goes. I'm just here for side commentary.
side.
Whatever. I just you know,
I'll let you say anything.
He's saying, I just mean, I'll say that this game is being played and I have no idea what he's going to say.
Yeah.
I have
That's
no
true.
idea what's coming. Continue. Sorry, just in case, for our audio listeners who are new.
I'm going to say 5 lyrics, 5 different songs, and you guys are either going to tell me if you know the artist, just the artist, or the song,
Okay.
the title,
Okay.
or the album.
Okay. Do we have
All
the
right.
year of release? Is that also a
I can't
category?
do that. No.
Okay,
We're
that's
just
too
gonna
many,
give it
that's too
away.
many things.
You be doing too much.
All
Okay.
right. So
Whatever.
the first one is,
I'm just
tell me this.
okay.
How can you win when you ain't right within?
Oh, Lauryn Hill.
Oh,
Um,
she got
I
that.
remember the song though.
That's how you gonna win when you ain't right within.
Like I know. Come
It's a
again.
miseducation.
Oh, doo-wop. There we
That's
go.
it.
Yeah.
1998.
Yep.
The next.
Oh, so we do have years. Okay.
Well, I know that. I
Wah
remember.
ha ha.
Yeah. I'm not going to say the year on the other one.
Brouhaha.
This one is, she was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene.
I've heard it.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie
I'm
scene.
grasping.
It's giving Jaheim.
No.
That's hilarious.
It's like it's giving.
That is so funny.
I feel like if I had one more line, I'd know it. That's why
I
I'm
can't.
like,
You can't
I
do it.
know.
Beauty
Yeah, it's
queen
too.
from a movie scene.
It's too iconic.
That's what I'm saying. That's
She
why
was
I'm like,
more
I've
like,
heard
and this
it.
is literally the beginning of the song. She was
Okay.
more like a movie scene from a. Wait, Jesus Christ! She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene.
This is a fun idea for a game.
Because I
My
know
next
that I
option-
know it.
I don't.
I
Beauty
just can't
queen.
Can I tell
remember
you?
it. Yeah.
My first option, well, at first I was like R. Kelly, but he's not going to put that
I
on
would
the
never
show.
ever. You know,
I was
I
like, he's
would
not going to
never
do
ever.
that. So then my
I'll
next
show my-
option, she was
I
a beauty
almost said I'll
queen
show
for
my
a beauty
ass first.
scene. Beauty queen. Is it like? Is it like Queen?
No, it's an R&B song. I'm pretty sure.
All right. It is Michael Jackson's Billie Jean.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I've heard
Oh.
this song. Like
I wasn't going to get that.
Okay.
I was not going to
the
get
next
that.
one
Pretty damn-
is-
okay, sure.
Come together right now over me. Who?
Oh.
Right now,
Over me.
over me.
That
Yeah.
song has been covered a lot.
Come
It's like,
together
So
I don't know the original.
right
Tell you that.
now.
So I'm just going to say who it is.
Yeah,
The
'cause-
Beatles.
Okay.
I was gonna guess the Beatles.
you was.
That was
I
what I
should've
was
said
gonna.
that
That
then.
was
Sorry
what I
about
was.
that.
I needed a second. I was gonna guess. I was like, okay, maybe it's the
So
Beatles.
the other one, this is the number 4. The one that is, and I'm doing this for a reason. The
Sure.
other one is, I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. Oh, I love that line.
So that means it's the old black lady.
It is. Ain't a black lady, but it's a nigga.
It's a old.
I'll say it again. I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain.
I don't know. I'm not even going to try.
I don't know. I
That
have no
is
clue. Prince.
Oh.
Wow. Fuck
What
with
is the
me.
song?
All right. I
What's the
don't know.
song?
Nigga, I took a guess.
What's the
Oh,
song?
I took-
Purple
I
Rain
took
or
a-
some shit.
There we-
Purple
Look
Rain.
at us, okay? Ah! Okay, so on vacation, me and
Purple Rain.
Kiana are. That was cute too.
Yes.
Okay? I want that in the shot. I need that in the shot. Oh,
It is Purple Rain.
Kiana and I are like a really good team.
Yeah.
Because we cover a lot of bases.
Yeah.
She's like very analytical, spreadsheets,
Yeah, I'll plan
remembering
the
things,
activities.
planning.
I'll
you
get us
said
there.
that. You told me that before.
Yeah.
I'm very roll with the
I'll get
punches,
there.
pulling shit out of thin air and making it work.
Yep.
And between the two, we should go on Amazing Race. We do really need to shoot
Yeah,
that. I
we
think
need
we
to
would
do
do
that.
good. I think we would do good.
That would be fire.
Okay, so so that was Prince. Purple
Plus $1
Rain.
million would be nice.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
part is
The last one is, I don't think Corey's going to get this.
We got Purple Rain, Prince,
but that's good, too.
out of thin air, fucking air.
That's funny that you thought that, though. That's good.
Yeah.
The next one is, the lyrics are, I will always love you,
Whitney Houston.
how I do.
Oh. How
I will always love you, how I do.
How I do.
Yeah.
It makes you think of Do I Do?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know if that's a song.
I will say it again. I will always love you.
Oka always
how
choosing
I
some
do.
old black shit. He threw the Beatles in there
This,
because
this person ain't old. Mm-mm. And again, this is for a reason.
I feel like I could be anybody.
Diddy.
I would never.
I don't.
I wouldn't even do it.
We know this Diddy section was
I
coming.
would drag Diddy,
So
but I
was
would
like,
never.
so-
I would never.
so-
This is loving. I would never do that. He's only getting
this
shit.
is from a loving place. Loving place.
Yeah. Oh
loving
no,
place.
this is fun. This nigga ain't getting fun from me.
I
I have no idea.
That is Godspeed by Frank Ocean.
Oh, that
yeah,
was
I
not.
wouldn't
was
know.
I
not
knew
how
you
we
wouldn't know
were
that because you're not the
getting
biggest fan.
that.
Okay,
wouldn't
this is why I said that. So Apple Music
Ooh.
released, unveiled today, their 100 best albums of all times list.
Mm-hmm.
And
Of
number
which
one,
is Blonde.
huh?
Blonde.
Number one, I'm going to read the 5 because I wanted to do 5. So what I did was I got the top 5 and
Okay.
I took some of their songs from the album
From
that
his
they
album.
chose.
Ah, okay.
Cool.
And that's all Oko doing.
Yes,
I did this shit.
Oko.
And it literally came to me on the train. I just did this too. I was like, you guys were talking like, I gotta nigger this
I
shit
got a
up.
game
Inspiration.
right now.
So the number one song of all times, according to
This is song, not album.
the wrong. Number one album of all time, according to Apple Music, is Lauryn Hill's "The Miseducation of Lauryn
Ho's
Hill."
been playing that for a long
For-
time.
It's
Actual
classic,
decade.
25 years.
right? Number 2 is Michael Jackson's "Thriller."
Okay.
As the second greatest album of all time.
I mean, it's the
about
highest
plays,
grossing.
it's,
right?
I could see that. Why is Usher's Confessions not there?
Well, wait, we get them. Number 3 is the Beatles' Abbey Road, which is why I,
I
said
feel like
come together.
time is playing into this for sure.
Right.
It's very
Oh.
canonized project.
Yeah. I think that of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 4 is Prince and the Revolution, which was Purple Rain. And number 5, and I disagree. Number 5, they said the best album of all time is fucking Blonde by Frank Ocean.
No.
I liked his first album way better.
So can I read the top 20?
Sure. Wait, well, can we guess
wait.
some of them?
Sure. I don't think you're gonna guess them, but go.
Was the one that was Confessions by Usher in there?
No.
What about Beyonce Dangerously in Love?
Beyonce's on there. Not Dangerously in Love. Number
If it's-
10 is Beyonce.
Probably Lemonade then,
It is.
which is
Okay.
not accurate either.
Where do you think
Mariah Carey should have an album in there.
Beyonce? Remember, there is not a Mariah album on there.
That's
In
disrespectful.
100 albums, there's not a Mariah. I'm going to get to that too. There's not a Mariah on there,
That's
or Whitney
disres-
Houston,
That's,
What?
which is very strange.
I mean,
That's crazy.
I don't know what
Whitney,
Apple
I feel like
doing.
Whitney only has a handful of albums. Mariah got
She had
like
5, like,
Mariah
yeah,
got
Whitney
like
had, like,
20
7.
albums. Mariah has a lot of albums.
Well, I guess it's like, how are they defining best?
That part.
Cause
And
that's-
who? And how many people?
Yeah.
And what are their ages?
What is their demographic?
I think all of
Yeah.
those things
All
are
these things
important.
are-
So I'm going to
yeah.
say the 10. Okay, so 5 was Frank Ocean, 6 is Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. That's a big
That's
album.
a good album.
Number 7, I agree with this. It's Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City.
I don't know if it's a top 10 album ever, but
Okay.
sure.
Number 8 is Amy Winehouse, Back to Black.
That's a good album too. I don't know if it's top 10 ever.
Number 9 is Nirvana by Nevermind.
This is giving canon.
But again, it's like who's,
Canonized is what I was trying to say the first time. Instead of
Right,
me
canonized
stuttering
was like who's deciding the canon. That's
Old white
always
people.
been my problem.
Number
white
10,
people.
no,
Yeah.
these were like Ebro. Ebro was like a black guy, but I think it's a certain age.
Uh-huh.
Number 10 is Beyonce's Lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
Number 11 is Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. Number 12 is Radiohead's OK Computer. I don't know what this is. I'm just reading.
don't
Number
even-
13 is Jay-Z's The Blueprint. Marvin Gaye is 17. Taylor Swift, 1989's Taylor's Version is 18. Dr.
They
Dre's,
put Taylor's version as the one that's the best
that's
one?
what they're saying.
No one even listened to that one.
Child.
That's why it's not about the listening. That's
Well,
why
I mean, if they're gonna put 19, I think actually 1989 is a dope album, huge album. I don't know, it might be. It's a pretty good album for like pop girl songs. But the Taylor's version one came out like last year, and I don't know that many people listened to it.
But it makes me wonder, can they say anything else? Like, I feel like everyone's now acting like that Taylor's version is like that. Is that the only correct thing to say?
No, 1989 was an album that came out in 2014 that you can stream, and now
Okay.
there's also 1989 Taylor's version, which is like 2023 or whatever,
Right.
but the one of the re-recordings. But I think maybe 1989, not the fucking re-recording.
So
no one
who
listened to
did
that.
Right. So who did not make the list is Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Brandy, Katy Perry, Nicki Minaj. So
Nicki don't have one of the top 100 best albums. Nicki don't got that.
Okay.
Neither does Katy Perry. Well, no, I
I
don't,
don't know
think
about that either.
But that
TLC
one album, that one Katy Perry album that she had was big.
when she first came out.
When she like maybe her second album,
Okay.
and it was like California Girls, and if there was Katy Perry had the charts for like a year or two.
TLC doesn't make an appearance. Destiny's Child doesn't. Boo. The Weeknd doesn't. Britney Jean Spears does not. Christina Aguilera is not on there.
None of these bitches, none of them have great albums.
I can see that. I think that it's legitimate. I think I hear
Did
that.
NSYNC make it?
Pony is not on there. NSYNC, they might be on there. Lil Wayne, which I disagree. I think the Carter 3 or one of them should be on there. Just for the
Drake,
sake
I mean,
of
Lil
it.
Wayne's definitely got like some good albums, and is like not the inventor of the mixtape, but the one who really commercialized the mixtape.
So it caused a lot of I feel like it's like caused a generational divide because there are people that are saying that clearly these are older singers.
Yeah.
Of a
I feel like
certain
Gaga,
age.
the Fame Monster, one of those should probably be.
Gaga
in there
might
too.
be on there.
She
I
might
feel like
be
she
in there.
might
I feel
be.
like those were pretty big projects too.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't really
Well,
pay
it's
too much
really
attention to
about
Gaga.
how they define the best.
Because it sounds like
can't just
commercial,
be-
some version of commercial success.
Kinda, but like when I think of Blonde as number 5, I'm just like,
Yeah, that's giving.
you know, like now we're talking. Okay, is it because of the artistry? Did you like it? That because I just remember not liking that.
That album was very
The
like,
album?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
alright.
It wasn't definitely not a top 5.
I feel like I don't understand the
Yeah,
I'm not
the-
really,
how-
I don't
what
really
are the
understand I don't
metrics?
really understand the hype behind Frank Ocean.
I liked his
personally.
first album.
He's alright. Channel Orange, was that the first
Yeah,
album?
Channel Orange was good.
Yeah.
I like his first album. Yeah,
That was
I
a long
actually
time
did.
ago.
I really enjoyed that
Yeah.
one. I could deal with Frank. He doesn't annoy me that much.
He alright.
Keeping it real quick on the music thing. Beyonce,
Okay.
because we ain't never have a show. She's a fan too. You guys went to the concert together.
Yes,
We did.
Yes, we
He
did.
Yes, we
mentioned
did.
he
That was
went to his
fun.
cousin, and this is her people.
Yes.
I
Bang.
did.
Yes. Hi.
I'm the cousin.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think is Beyonce's best deep cut? And I want to say
I don't know
how
enough Beyonce.
I
Urban
know what it is.
Dictionary defines deep cut.
Sure.
Urban Dictionary defines deep cut as a song by an artist that only true fans of said artist will enjoy or know. True gems that are found later in the album, rarely played on the radio, maybe even on the B-side. So tell me some of Beyonce's, what will you guys say are her deep cuts, her best deep cuts?
Beyonce's best deep cut is Rocket.
Sure. Because he's a fan. Like,
It's Rocket.
I just-
Okay, so you're not like a fan.
So
fan.
I'm not a Beyonce fan. For
you
me,
wouldn't
it
know
was a
that.
bucket list
Right.
situation. Like for me, she's MJ. For
I
us.
understand.
So I was like, I'm gonna go see Beyonce, and I'm gonna go one time, and it has to give me everything I need.
Okay.
So I need to be by the stage. If a coochie lip pop out, I need to see it.
I know that's
Like,
right.
You feel me?
Yeah, if the coochie lip pop out, I need to see it.
So that's kind of where I was.
I
with
know
that.
that's
Fair.
right.
The
And
only
we was at Coochie Lip Pop Out spacing. We
Yeah, you guys
we
were.
was there.
We were. We was in there.
I would say like the only song of hers that, or it wasn't her. I think it was Destiny's Child, but I heard it recently and was like, oh, this is a vibe. It was so good.
So good.
Like,
That's
I'm
like
doing
his song.
so
he
good.
likes that song. That's
I
funny
love
that you mentioned that.
Destiny's
Yeah.
Child. But and you know that's not a deep cut.
I think So
I'm
Good is
sure.
definitely a deep cut.
Not from Destiny's Child.
Yes,
it's
it
not.
is. It's definitely
not
a deep cut. Bitches
No.
do not know that song.
Mm,
There's Beyonce. There's a whole number one's album, and So Good is not the fuck on it.
But not number one. Are we saying that if you're not number one, that's what makes something a deep cut?
Everything on the number one's album wasn't number ones either,
Well, why were they calling it number ones?
because they were like
What?
Popular.
popular.
Okay.
Everyone on Destiny's Child's number ones wasn't number ones. Are you sure about
I don't
that?
think they were all Billboard number ones.
Yes, they were.
I
That
don't
was the
think so. I don't
point.
think. No, I don't
Yes,
think so.
That was true.
Girl was not a Billboard number one.
I think it was at the time. Yes, it was. That was a huge
Because that was like their
song.
last.
What are you
Wasn't it their
talking
last
about?
one together?
I don't think that's true.
Please.
But it might have been number one on some charts, but it wasn't like a Billboard Hot 100 number one. They've had a couple, like 3 or 4. It's like Bills, Say My Name, Independent Woman, and Survivor. That's like Destiny's Child, like 4 number one songs. And they're massive fucking records. So Good is I would call it Destiny's Child deep cut. My favorite Beyonce deep cut is Rocket, without question. My favorite, like,
I guess because I've really only listened to 2 albums.
I'm trying to think about other
hers.
Beyonce deep cuts that are like deep
Sick.
cuts proper. There's definitely some deep cuts on 4. I feel like maybe End of Time is a deep cut. Mm-hmm. And Rocket's a much deeper cut than End of Time. I kind of feel like Mine with Drake is a deep cut
Okay.
that a lot of people don't know about. Even like Freakum Dress is a deep cut. Because you might know Beyonce, You might know, like, you might know Deja Vu, Get Me Bodied Irreplaceable, but you might not know Freakum Dress. And these are all these are banger Beyonce records that are like Freakum Dress? What? That is like with them fucking whistles? That is a good put on a stiletto and twerk on somebody's son.
I tell you what, someone on Twitter said were some of her deep cuts that they liked. Gift from Virgo. I don't know what that is.
That's from Destiny's. That's from the first album.
Yes. I consider Yes to be a deep cut. I love Yes.
Yes is that's another good example of a deep cut. That is a really good song.
Speechless.
No.
That's not a deep cut?
You got me. No, it is a deep cut.
Okay, you're saying it's not your favorite.
It's just not that good.
I got it. Welcome to Hollywood. Got that a lot.
Awful song.
That's Why You're Beautiful. I don't know what that is.
That's an awful song too.
Rather Die Young.
Rather die young. Live my life.
I don't know that. See,
I don't know. This right here. That's why I don't listen to Beyonce.
No Angel.
I don't like that song. The song sucks. These are deep cuts, but that's on Beyonce.
You know what? I love Pray You Catch Me.
I
That's on Lemonade?
That's Lemonade. That's my favorite song on Lemonade.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, that's the one song that
all those were like slow. I like Yes.
Oh, I love Yes.
Yes is a good song.
Yes, it's good.
I was gonna say Ego, but that's
He's My
definitely not a
Man.
deep
Where does
cut.
He's My Man?
He's My Man?
Yeah.
Don't know that.
That's deep.
But that's deep because I don't know what the fuck
about
that is.
Be With You?
He's My Man. That's an unreleased record. I think I know what that is. I think I know what He's My Man. I actually think I know what He's My Man is. What was the second one?
Be With You.
Y'all got me out here in these Beyonce deep cuts. These are swimming in the sea.
I had never
Y'all
heard
swimming
of
in the
these.
sea of unreleased shit.
I ain't never heard of none of
I
that.
never heard of these.
For the not Beyonce fans, you are not alone.
You're not alone. I knew most of those, but just I don't know if I call all of them good records.
Right. Like best is the key.
Yeah, like I'm like the key there is like good deep cuts that are like Beyonce's got some songs that are not my favorite.
Sure.
A few.
Yeah,
Ave
for me.
Maria, that's a deep cut too.
Lord.
Is it good? I don't know if I want to call.
I definitely want to hear that.
I don't know if that's what I'm gonna call it. You know, fucking Radio. That one's kind of good.
Radio.
It never lets me down, and I fall in love with my stereo. Whenever I is
Literally my child. This is why I ignored him.
I was so fun as a child.
No, but imagine, right? Like the average 10-year-old is annoying as fuck, right?
Right.
And add that.
I might be like an average 10-year-old still.
Exactly.
My role in life has been the annoying little brother. I think I'm the annoying little brother to people who are older than me, who are younger than
Definitely.
me. There are people who I think put me in this category who are younger than I am.
Sure.
I can see that too.
I can tell. And I'm like, word, bitch, you're
That
22.
sounds
I'm
accurate.
the annoying younger brother. That's crazy.
So
Whatever.
real quick, do you guys remember the Uvalde shooting
In Texas.
in Texas?
Yeah.
Well, you know, the city of Uvalde will pay, this is like breaking news today. The city of Uvalde will have to pay $2 million to settle claims by the 19 families of the victims of the children that were killed in the Robb Elementary School shooting.
$2 million is not shit.
I thought $2 million. I thought that was, I thought
$2 million
that
is not
like
shit.
19
20
children,
niggas gotta split $20 million after lawyers and taxes.
19 kids dead and 2 teachers and just $2 million.
$2 million. That's like $30,000 a pop for your dead friend.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
But when I went to reading some of the stats of that day, it's like I hope these people were fired. So 25 Uvalde police officers and 16 sheriff deputies, when they got word that it was a massacre going on, they went to the school.
Mm-hmm.
In all, it was more than 360 officers from 25 local, state, and federal agencies on hand. Mm-hmm. And yet it took them 77 minutes to go into that school.
That's ridiculous.
Incompetence.
Yeah.
Truly.
Incompetence.
And I wanted to say that because it's like, fuck you guys. I don't know, we didn't have a podcast when I did. Fuck you guys. It should be more than $2 million. It's like, what the fuck were you doing? Mm-hmm. These were people who they claim was literally outside of the room in the hallways. Guns and like afraid. Well, you need to be home with me.
Dead ass watching this on the
You
news.
need to be on this podcast.
What the fuck?
Why do you have a gun, Ted Walker? Why do you have a gun?
$2 million for 20 million people, for 20 people, 19 dead people? That's a slap in the face.
Not even...
It's
I don't know
it's
how they even
wrong.
got there.
I don't know. Maybe they don't have much money.
That building that fell into the side of the damn ocean in Florida, that building that collapsed, them niggas got like they got billions. They got, there was like 100 people. They got billions. Like, and that wasn't nice either that they hold, seaside apartment,
Just disappeared like that.
into the ground. But like, the Uvalde people deserve some money too, but Uvalde sounds broke, realistically. I don't want to live in Uvalde, Texas.
Yeah, you think they broke?
That
I was
sounds
also
like you
thinking
bald
of
bitches.
Suits when you said that. Like,
Explain.
So in the summertime, I was Suits. Like,
Which is what?
It's
The show.
The show.
Okay, I'm making sure.
So
I
it's
didn't know.
like, yeah. So it's business law, right?
Okay.
And the whole thing, like, the main character is like, yo, I need to be at a nonprofit. I have a heart. I care, right? But the people who own the firm are like, nah, you need to be making money, bro. Like, you can't be settling for large amounts of money because you have a heart. Like, get them down. So that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Oh.
Is like, because there were a couple situations in that show where I forget his name, but the main character was like, this isn't working with my conscience. I don't think I could be here no more.
It was probably Mike because it's a show with white people.
Yes, it was Mike.
Yeah.
That's
the character's
crazy.
name?
The character's name was Mike. Yes, it
You
was.
knew that? You watch?
Yeah.
I've
you just
seen
assumed
Suits,
his
but
name was Mike.
I've seen Suits.
Oh, so you know Mike, the character.
I mean,
I have maybe 40 men named Mike in my phone currently. So if you needed to name a white man,
I understand.
just randomly, you should
That's
put your
fact.
money on Mike.
I get
Mike is
that.
That's
solid.
probably his name.
Mike is solid.
That's probably his
Also,
name.
if you need to get into anywhere you're not supposed to be, Mike.
Yeah.
Say Mike.
I know
Probably a
Mike.
Mike.
I know
Yeah.
Mike. Yo, go get Mike.
Yo, for real.
Yo, you better go
funny.
tell Mike. You,
My
you
God, you
trying
better-
to not keep me out. You gonna go get fucking Mike?
It's crazy, yeah.
Dead ass?
'Cause I was thinking
You don't
about...
want to. You don't want to. Have you've seen Mike? You've seen how Mike gets.
Yep,
So thank you. And
My
now I'm
lord.
front row at the Jay-Z concert
exactly.
because of the fear over white Mike.
Over Mike. Yep.
That's funny.
Mike will get you into places.
Mike will.
That is funny.
Mike will made it.
Corey, you have anything, or are we going to go
Oh,
to Diddy?
do I have anything? What have I thought about for this show? Let me see. We've been in
I have
the
other
show.
things, but I mean,
we
you
was
can go
we was in Florida doing Florida stuff.
Ooh.
No, I'm sorry. We was in Mexico doing
Oh.
Mexico
I
stuff.
was
What?
gonna say, like,
I thought he was talking about my trip. I'm like, I've already talked about that.
I was so confused too.
I kind of feel like I want to sue Uber. Do I want to talk about that? I want to.
No, you don't want to talk
No,
about
don't
that.
do that.
Okay, I guess I won't talk about.
Yeah,
how I
you
want to
talk
sue
about
Uber.
that.
All right. All right, fine.
Wait, while you do that, look. I want to report. I went to a mental health summit this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Me and our friend Nicole, who was also on the show for Corey's birthday.
Yes.
So Nicole and I went to a black mental health summit that was very good. Tabitha Brown, but you
I
know
know
Tabitha.
Brown.
Tabitha was there and she was so nice. She was motivational. Courtney B. Vance, who was married to Angela Bassett, was there.
Okay.
And it was just really about like black people reclaiming.
Yeah, I saw
Your
your
health,
bracelet.
like
I was
mental
gonna say
health.
something. Yeah.
So they, in their gift bags, they gave this book called The Invisible Ache. And for the people, I haven't lately, but like once recommended a book. Pardon my nails, but it's my health, child, my mental health.
Yeah.
I'm going to the nail paper next week. I recommend this book. This book is about those of us who are grieving. I've lost my grandmother recently, so this has been. It's very nice because Courtney B. Vance talks about how he had a cousin and his father both committed suicide,
Oh.
30 years apart. So he is talking about his experience. And
Courtney B. Vance is married to
Angela Bassett.
Got it.
He's talking about his experience, and then Dr. Robin Smith, who was on Oprah for years, she's like giving us the more doctor psychologist perspective. So I do, for the people, because people do listen to us and like what we talk about, I recommend this. Listen, we are all struggling in some way, shape, or form, and if we can help each other get a little better in the head, what a blessing that is. Truly. Go.
Sure. Blessing that is, I bought a cute hat in Vallarta.
No, that's the topic.
No, so while we were in Vallarta, I'm gonna do the transition. While we were in Vallarta, I was scrolling through, and
you
my
ready?
service
Great.
was so shitty.
Yes.
And I was like, this is shitty. But one thing did come through. I work at a podcast studio, hence our podcast. And one of the people that I do a show for went live to be like, okay, let's talk about the Diddy video. and I saw this post on Instagram, whatever. And I didn't go looking for the Diddy video. It took about 15, 20 more minutes before it popped up on its fucking own. And I pull over Kiana to be like, girl, look at this shit.
That's the only way I would have found out.
Okay, that's the only. I was like, girl, look at this
I'm
shit.
not on social media. So.
And obviously, y'all, it's coming out now. Y'all saw the video of Diddy mollywhopping the fuck out of
Cassie.
Yeah,
Cassie.
that shit was crazy.
And when the video came out, I'm gonna say this: niggas do not settle $30 million+ lawsuits under 24 hours for no fucking reason.
Especially not for lies.
And it made me think of all y'all bitches who was like, Cassie's after a bag. And I'm like, y'all are dumb. Because that's not how that works. And now, 8 years later, they done pulled tapes that I'm sure they got more fucking tapes
coming.
of.
Yeah, they're coming.
And so they done pulled the tape of Cassie getting mollywhopped and dragged back into a hotel room. That shit was wild.
Yeah.
And it's always these 5'8" ass niggas doing shit like this. Like, y'all don't beat up on y'all. Dudes who beat up on women do so because they cannot beat up on men. You ain't gonna mollywhop me in the side of my motherfucking head, cause I'ma fuck you up, and I'm not gonna scream and ooh and ah on the ground and rail while on the ground. No. I'm gonna get the fuck up and rock your shit. And so guys who be beating up on women annoy the shit out of me, because these are very, very rarely dudes who would beat up on other men, because they are unable. Why are all y'all niggas short as fuck too?
Well, you angry because you're short.
That's what it is.
Like, as a tall person who was short for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I spent some time in Amsterdam, y'all, like a couple months. I was angry as fuck. I was like, I am a person. You're not gonna fucking move me. Like
I'm not a person.
Yeah, I definitely felt like there was definitely a anger rise for me, having felt short. Like I'm 5'9", I'm not short. But there I was. And I was like, ooh, I now understand short people just a little bit better. So I could definitely see it being an anger thing. Like, it's like,
like you got all this money, you got all this power, you could fuck who you want to, you could do what you want, and that's still not enough.
Well, because the money and the power is what.
Well, bitches, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what he's riding on.
I'm like, you sitting here getting sued for rape and trafficking bitches, and like mad bitches didn't want to fuck you anyway.
And mad bitches
but that wasn't it. It wasn't that you wanted to fuck bad bitches.
Right.
It wasn't that you wanted to. That's not what you wanted. You wanted a power thing. The whole thing is a power piece, because people wanted to fuck you. You're Diddy. People want to fuck billionaires. They do.
It's also predatory, because I mean, she was 19 years old when he met her, so there was a grooming aspect that happened too.
I mean, so I think you 19 years old, you grown. When I was 19, I was fucking grown ass man, and it wasn't me being predator. But they weren't. But I mean, like, when I'm as a 19-year-old who was fucking grown ass men, I was not being groomed by grown ass men.
You were not fucking music producers, Corey, who had the key to your success. You were not doing that.
Sure, but if I had been, I would have been aware of that.
But let's speak about what happened,
I'm speaking about what I just in that instance. If I at 19 had made the decision to fuck around with the music producer for me and my career, if that was a decision that I made, which is a decision I could very well make today.
Okay.
Right? So like, if that was the decision I had made, then that was the decision I had made. I don't think that that's the problem. The problem is you trafficking bitches and mollywhopping bitches on the side of the head and those power trip problems. If I decide to use this good body to move me forward, then that's a decision that I made. At 19 years old, you were cognizant enough to make that decision, if you ask me.
Well, let me give the other side.
Shit.
So she was 19 years old. He was grooming her. He signed her to Bad Boys. She had a decade worth of abuse. a decade worth. So it wasn't just one mollywhopping experience, according to the lawsuit.
Sure.
It was several.
Yeah.
So that wasn't just an isolated event.
Sure.
So I do think that it is worth saying that this is also a man that has been accused of sex trafficking. That's what we know why he was raided.
Sure.
And also grooming children. That's also was on the lawsuit, was that he's being accused of grooming.
At 19, you are not a child.
But
you're still not in the same.
Like I'm just saying. I'm saying like when we're talking about Diddy, we're not talking about R. Kelly.
We're talking about the raid, though, Corey. The raid wasn't about Cassie. The raid was about him sex trafficking and grooming unsaid minors. We don't even know who they are.
What I'm talking about right now, I'm not talking about minors.
But I'm speaking of that. So you're saying your side, I'm giving mine.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying? We're saying we don't have to say the same thing. Do we? Why would we?
I didn't say we had to say the same thing.
Okay, go on. I'll go on.
Yeah.
Listen. So my point is that when you are doing that, this is a guy who has a history. Even before you go to Cassie, you get to people like Kim Porter, who was also young. She was like in her early teens. Mm-hmm. This is a man who has been alleged to have raped and assaulted young children or young women. That's what some of the 6 allegations are. Women came out yesterday. She said, I think she was like 17. This was in 2003. And she said that Diddy raped her. So I do think, though, that with Cassie, we have to acknowledge that outside, and I agree with everything Corey said, but I do think it's worth acknowledging that a 19-year-old person, if you listen to it, like from a scientific standpoint, like your brain is not fully formed at night.
Okay, Kim Porter and Diddy are the same age.
So okay, but regardless of that,
you talked about her being young.
She was young when they started.
Kim Porter and Diddy are the same age.
But she was young. It's not about. I'm not speaking of them having an age difference.
But I'm saying her being young does not have anything to do with it because.
Yes, it does.
But not if Diddy and her are the same age.
It still does.
Diddy and Kim Porter are 6 months apart. What does that have to do with? You're saying she's young. I'm like, well, if you're 19 being manipulated by another 19-year-old,
it's
what the fuck?
Explain why.
Like, it's because what you're saying.
And I don't want to sound like I'm rooting for Diddy. I'm not.
No, I don't think you're rooting for Diddy.
I'm like,
but I do think that developmentally, like, yes, okay, you're an adult at 18, but you're still a kid in many ways. There's still a lot of learning that you haven't done yet, a lot of things you haven't experienced, and things that you think you know that you don't.
Sure. Yes, I get all of these concepts. But when we're talking about Diddy's abuse of Kim Porter, and they are the same age, and you're quoting her age as a reason for why that's a thing. But her and Diddy are the same age.
And I'm saying, Corey, when it happened, when they first started dating,
they were both young. They were both young.
Yes, that's the point.
So they were both 19.
That's the point.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. But saying that she's young, no, saying she's young is a different connotation. It's a different thing.
It's not.
It is when they are the same age.
Let me tell you why. Hold on. It's not, wait. It is not, it's a difference because I think, and I could have put them both together. Let me be very clear. Cassie had like a 19-year age difference in her and Diddy.
That makes sense.
So that is clearly, I can say that there's a different age.
Sure, of course.
I will put a pin on that. And then I will also say that when he started with Diddy, with Kim Porter, that she was young.
As he was. They're the same.
That's the point. They were young. Let's say that. They were young.
Sure.
They were young. And the other allegations of women who have come forward, these are women who also were significantly younger than him. There's 7 lawsuits that are in court of women saying that he either raped them or drugged them or harmed them.
Sure.
And the commonality outside of Kim Porter, let's take her out of it, the commonality is that these are women who were significantly younger than him, which is why it would make sense why with the raid. And when you read the lawsuit of the feds, there are allegations of grooming. When you get to using that word of grooming, and he's being accused of being a groomer, that's not debatable. That's what the lawsuit says.
There's a bunch of men who date women that are younger. There's a bunch of...
But it's not...
and I'm not trying to invalidate... I'm not making... this room for Diddy. I'm really not. Being a rapist is not cool, right? Being a sex trafficker is not cool. These are the things that Diddy is doing. But when we talk about everyone being young as though we're talking about children is not accurate.
We didn't say children.
That's what
Who said that?
That's kind of the connotation
That's
that it
what you're
gives
taking
us.
from it.
Like
That's
this
what you-
inability to make decisions.
But
like,
you're
You can
taking
make
that.
a
You added a
decision.
lot of words.
Did
I
I?
never said that. Did I say that?
You didn't say kid.
I've
Did I say
been-
that?
I've-
You didn't
No,
say
I
kid.
didn't
You
say
said-
that.
We'll sit here and look back at the tapes later.
We're talking about
I didn't
an
come out
age
none of our
difference.
mouths.
He's talking about a large age difference, which
Sure.
would naturally. I feel like if I am 19 in a relationship with somebody who is
37?
37,
Sure.
there's a power dynamic.
Yes,
Sure.
it is. And
There's
he's
a
rich.
there's definitely a power
So
dynamic.
there's
Sure.
a power dynamic there.
And he's your boss?
He's your boss. He kind of holds the keys
Yes.
to your future.
Sure.
Ding,
So
ding.
even if like, okay, yes, I can make a decision.
To jump into that situation because
No.
you didn't have to do so.
But then I also don't necessarily understand the ramifications.
But
of
you
those
do
decisions.
understand that
And-
you are making that decision.
You can say, all right, at 19, I want to be a pop star. This man
Can't help me
can
a pop
help
star.
me make me be a pop star, right? And I'm like, all right, I guess I can hang with him for a little bit. But then at a certain point, you're like, well, I can't see my way out of this, or I feel like there's nowhere else for me to go or anything else that I can do. I have no power in the situation.
Sure.
And then also you have the fact of he has many more years of experience. Probably
Sure.
has been doing this for a while. You don't even realize what you're in until it's too late. I could see that being
Which
see
is
that
why
being a reality.
in the lawsuit she specified that she said it was a decade of like severe manipulation and control and abuse. This was a man who had from the sounds of it, from the lawsuit, he had like legitimate control, because what is interesting about the elevator incident that Corey mentioned was that it is the exact, she mentions this exact incident in the lawsuit. They were at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles, here in Central City, at a freak off. This was after he had hired sex workers to fuck her. Things went awry. I guess after they left, she wasn't listening. She was trying to leave or go somewhere. He was sleeping. He heard her leaving. He threw a champagne glass, which doesn't really show in the video, and that's when he proceeded to go out. And then that's also when he proceeded to kick her and mollywhop, which is a true like slang, because that is what happened. But I think to the point of when Corey mentioned how, because we started this podcast a day after or before that lawsuit, like this whole Diddy shit has been like the whole thread of our show, it feels. I think what has come out is that this is a pattern. This is a man who, with other people, his ex-wife named Mika, who's one of his children's mother, she said the other day, since the video, she put out a message apologizing to Cassie, but she also ended it with, I know what you're dealing with, because I dealt with it too. Kind of paraphrasing, but she let her know in that she also went through with it. I think that Diddy was a person who had a lot of power for a lot of years. I think he harmed a lot of people. I think he abused a lot of women and some men, because there are allegations. One of those, Elrod is a man, and he's saying that he was abused too or coerced. And I think his chickens are coming home to roost. I think that we are witnessing a true takedown, and I say takedown using it not as a takedown meaning where I am clutching my pearls about it. I believe if you do wrong, I don't fucking care what color you are. When you do wrong, when you harm another person against their will, you must be taken down. I would say that about Harvey Weinstein. I would say that about fucking Sean Combs. I said the same thing about Bill Cosby. And I think that we just so happen to be living in a real life world where we're like, we seeing a guy who went from powwowing, like the king of socialites here in LA. This was the man who whispers was, you hadn't made it until you got fucking invited to his house in Malibu. You all wanted to get that sign of, I was invited to a Diddy party. And I think that we're seeing like a real unraveling of that. We're seeing that the truth is that people be abused and they don't talk about it until that one person come out.
Sure.
Because that's what telling the truth and shaming the devil is. You told the truth, it gives me the courage to say the truth. And I think we're living in fascinating times. It's like, how did we get here? I don't feel bad for Diddy. I think we're going to be on this podcast when we come here one day soon and we say he was arrested because the fucking feds are not doing simultaneous raids for just patty cake.
For nothing, yeah.
No. There's something's coming. There's something coming with that. So I don't think, Corey, that you're taking up for Diddy. So I'm not.
Oh, I'm not taking up for Diddy. I'm not taking up for Diddy at all.
I don't think that, but I do think that, and I think what we did was necessary because what you're representing is a conversation that people are having. I do think it is worth having someone make you have to specify what is young versus what is being grown. Also, what is an age difference? I hear that. I think that's a legitimate thing.
I can think about
that.
the decisions that I was making when I was a young person.
Right.
That I was making. That I wasn't like being, however, some of them stupid.
But you don't think it changes based upon your gender? You don't think that a 19-year-old woman lives a different experience, or maybe?
Definitely.
I think.
Oh,
see,
I think
that's the thing.
that's a thing.
I think it's easy for you and I to say some of this.
I think that's
like it's part of it is gender, but I think also it's part of it is upbringing, right? Like you left home early.
I did.
Versus somebody who might have been home until 18,
right.
That.
And then went to someone else's home,
right? And like so that's what I like. That's more of the experience that I'm thinking of, and I'm like, at 19, you don't know what you're signing up for.
19, I was grown.
Because you had to
you left early.
Yeah, you had to tough it out. You had to be grown.
I guess I imagine that a lot of these grown-ass 19-year-olds also were grown-ass 19-year-olds. Maybe that's the word I'm thinking of. Because it sounds like you 19 fucking Diddy, you sound kind of grown too. So I said, if you're 19 and fucking Diddy, you also sound pretty grown too.
I think so.
I don't think this is. I don't think
little girls.
No,
I don't like younger girls. Yes,
and I don't. And I'm not. I don't think saying saying that you like 19-year-olds is like you like little girls.
If you're 37,
if you like,
I understand. Now I don't want to fuck a 19-year-old today.
Sure.
But I don't know if I decided that I wanted to fuck a 19-year-old that I would all of a sudden be like, oh, I'm into little kids.
And Corey,
no, but if you're grooming underage kids,
nor do I think I would be considered a groomer if I decided to start fucking 19-year-olds.
Sure. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you're grooming young girls, right? Are you choosing the 19-year-old that's like you, that's been out for a while and has a good head on her shoulders? As a grown-up?
I guess it depends on what about the 19-year-old I'm interested in.
Exactly. Or are you choosing the 19-year-old who's more naive?
Am I interested? Because that is the point. Because men are interesting. So you could have men who are into the fact that she's 19, he's 19, and
what does that mean? Men are interesting.
Men think differently. So like you could totally have men who are into. You could have men who are into 19-year-olds because they don't know what they're talking about. They have the power control over here. Mm-hmm. They like the youthness of it, whatever.
But do you think also that's not predatory, though?
I don't know, because like, so right now, am I not in the same predatory space if I started fucking a 50-year-old?
Not at 29, not at 28. No.
You don't know? Why not?
No. I mean, it could be a power dynamic.
That's what I mean. What is the difference there? I don't know if I'm any more cognizant at 28 than I was at 19. I don't know.
You're definitely.
I don't know if I think that's true at all.
Definitely are.
I might know a little bit. I know a little bit more about the world now.
Your brain is more formed.
Exactly. I know a little bit more about the world now. Yes.
But you realize that your brain is more formed.
But at 19, I wasn't like. At 19, I was grown. At 19, I had been paying bills for years. At 19, I had many jobs.
But we're talking about like your brain, not your actions. Yeah. Okay, you can be paying bills, Corey, but you recognize that your brain is formed at 28 in a significant, complete way that it was not at 19. That's just scientific.
Sure, but I guess when it comes to, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, there's certain things that at 28 you're not taking that you would at 18.
Absolutely not. That's very true. You're not doing it at 34.
So that's the difference that makes.
I think that's
is that the difference at 19 because you're 19 and fucking a 37-year-old, because you're 19 and fucking a 19-year-old and you're still going to deal with the same shit you're not going to deal with. You're going to learn the same thing.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, no. If you're 19 fucking a 19-year-old, that's not the same thing.
I guess I've been fucking grown men for a really long time, and I don't know if I necessarily think that like men are that smart. So I don't know. I don't know. When you're dealing with like kids, you're dealing with kids, and that's kids. When you're dealing with someone who's like, I don't know, I was 19, fucking grown man, knew I was fucking grown man, knew what I was getting into. I was 19 doing what I knew what I was doing. It wasn't like, and the same thing. I know when I'm dealing with some shit that I shouldn't be dealing with, and making the decision to. I had the same thing at 28. At 19, there might be some naivete, but I wasn't dumb. And I don't know if I think a lot of 19-year-olds are dumb in the way that they like get to claim dumbness. Now, again, I'm not rooting for Diddy. In any case, not at all. Ew. Ugh. Go to jail. You deserve it. That video is disgusting. You're disgusting. But like at 19, you're not a kid dealing with you're not.
A year ago, you were raising your hand to pee.
was.
Literally.
Yeah, you was. You
Like, oh, can I?
A year
go
ago,
to the
you didn't
bathroom?
even. You had to be in the house because your parents had control over you. There is very difference. I do think that it's worth saying that, like, when you are 19 and you have a music executive come to you with power, saying that he can make you into a star, or that he can do whatever he's saying he can do, that there is a form of grooming or you not having the capacity. Because the truth is, you can show
if a 60-year-old music executive was in my DMs right now saying, come and throw this dick and I will make your dreams come true, I'm probably gonna go get in my fucking car and go throw some dick.
You really want to say that in this conversation?
That's what I'm saying right now. That's what I'm saying about me right now today. This is the truth. I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. That's what I would do. I would think about. I don't know if it's about protecting me.
I'm telling you that.
I've thrown a lot of dick.
I'm telling you that.
I've thrown a whole lot of dick for free. Okay, so I was like, you tell me I can throw some dick and get something out of it? That sounds awesome. And I don't know if I think that my mentality on this concept is different really now than it would have been then. If anything, I think now maybe more I could lean into it.
Sure.
In a way that at 19 I wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah.
Not comprehend or like, what's the word I'm looking for? Utilize?
Diddy.
Sure.
Go to jail.
Yes.
Right.
For sure.
Right. Go to jail. Your reign of power is over. I hope you enjoyed it while you did it. Last 30 years, nigga.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. Count your blessings. And you had a lot of them. You were the man's man. You were the one that people wanted to be with. And it is all unraveled because, unfortunately, when you do dirty shit or to be a black man, I think that it's even harder. So it's like, to me, I think you're stupid. I think you're stupid because it's like, if you were doing all this shit as a nigga, it makes me really be like, you fucking stupid and go to jail. Because I don't know how you grooming bitches and beating ass.
Well, that's
as
because,
a nigga.
but he's grooming bitches and beating asses of other minority women, not white women.
Well, we don't know that because some of those Jane Does, we don't know their ethnicity.
Well, we don't know that. But
we don't know. I'm just being clear.
Well, when I think about the.
But you mean the public ones?
Well, when I think about like R. Kelly or Bill Cosby,
yeah,
their victims are people of color, and that's because
Bill Cosby was white women. Yeah, no, not people of color. There was white women. Bill Cosby
was there.
It was like two black people. The majority was white women. That was what the thing. That was really the conversation. Was that Bill was like really fucking like. And drugging white women in the 70s and the 60s. That was his kink. And I'm saying kink, not taken up for him, but they were white. Now, the other one you mentioned, who did you mention outside of Diddy? R. Kelly was black girls.
Yeah.
Black girls. I'm saying with Diddy, I'm not disputing that because the public ones that we know, Cassie, Kim Porter, and I'm not putting them in the same category because that Kim Porter is not here to talk about this.
Generally, abuse against black people or against women of color or against other minoritized groups it's not, no one cares.
That is true.
That's why it's able to proliferate.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, that's why I imagine that Diddy was able to kind of do this for so long without the repercussions.
But you don't think, it makes me wonder though, like...
Because Diddy's always been with black women and women of color. Diddy hasn't really had white bitches on his arm.
Not white.
No.
I would say that. I would say that. I do like to be like, I don't know what the ethnicities are of these Jane Does.
Sure.
And it's like 3 of them.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that they are not white women.
Yeah, maybe not.
Because
maybe not.
We ain't really ever seen Diddy with white women.
Is not that high.
Yeah, it's not that high.
Can I ask one thing to you guys about that before we end with Diddy? Because I do want to say this. I want to ask this because I've thought about this. Like, what do you guys think about the silence, like from celebrities and people? Like, I wonder. Like, I don't know if I expect some of his friends to disavow him. I don't know if I expect that because I know myself. I know.
Because would you do that?
Would I?
If you had a friend that you've had for the last 20 years, and you have not personally been privy to anything wild,
right?
If some accusations come out would you just be like, oh, fuck them? Probably not.
I wouldn't until the video.
Okay.
That's changed it for me.
And then even if the video comes out and you say, all right, word, fuck them, word. Are you doing it publicly?
If I had a friend, and I don't want to say you because it's not going to happen, but if you and I, because my love for you is professed, we have a show about it. Mm-hmm. If it come out that a video of you mollywhopping a bitch, I'm going on my telephone. Trust and believe and say it. I don't agree with Corey. I've had to end our friendship.
Mm-hmm. Even if
I'm calling you first now.
Even if you okay, sure.
I'm calling you first.
Sure.
I'm not surprising you. I'm gonna call you and say I got to do this but that would be once the evidence. I feel like it all changed
when you saw the video.
When we saw that man with his feet.
Yo, that was
kick
crazy.
that woman.
That was crazy.
That is despicable.
But
that
I
is
still
the
don't
type
even.
of shit
I don't
that
even
you
know.
lose your friends for.
I would, and I get losing your friends over something like that. But I still don't know.
And I don't think they have
if I
to
would
do
publicly do it.
I think that's fair.
I don't think I would.
I only said it because if you are public, now the truth is that who can we say publicly have professed to be Diddy's besties? We've seen Diddy with people.
But Diddy knows a lot of people who haven't.
We haven't really seen
Diddy
it
knows
like
a
publicly.
whole lot of people who haven't said shit.
Or they're not saying anything. That's my point. I do think it's interesting that no one's saying. Now, what people have started doing is, because I'm more on social media, Black Twitter than you guys are. What people have started doing is like watching who has unfollowed him. And 4 days ago, he had 20 million followers. Today, he got like 19.8. Okay. I was one of the ones that's unfollowed because I don't want no parts of him.
Oh, I definitely don't follow Diddy.
You followed him?
No, I never followed him.
Well, they started noticing that like a day ago, Carisha unfollowed him, which is interesting because they were two peas in a pod up until recently.
Yeah, because Carisha thought. No, I'm not gonna say that.
She unfollowed him. And like this morning, Meek Mill also unfollowed him. Another person who was in like close proximity to being friends. So now people are getting to the point where they're looking at the unfollows of celebrities and seeing. Like, so to your point where I think that it may not be a public thing.
Yeah, because I might not publicly say something.
I do think that people are noticing, like, what is the silence or should it be? And I'm conflicted. I don't know if I think Diddy should have people coming out every day saying, fuck Diddy.
It's so
we're
interesting.
Doing it.
People are like, fuck
we're
Diddy.
doing it. That's enough. But I do think as a public figure, if you can give me the good, then you gotta get that ass say to you, fuck you, because these are public people. You can't like cling to anonymity when your ass done been caught. Not when you're famous and you done rode on your fame. We can, but not fucking Diddy. And I understand that's hard, but that we've made these people famous. These are people who, with our dollars, have given us whatever form of reality that they said was the truth. I remember in 2004, Diddy was significantly important in getting John Kerry. It didn't work. But when John Kerry and George W. Bush was running, those vote or die, that was all Diddy's doing. That vote or die slogan on the t-shirts. Diddy was like the honcho of that. So he has had a huge spot in like popular culture.
For sure.
Which I do think that is like people say.
But that's been the trend. From Diddy to Matt Lauer.
Right. I think it's a lot of people. I believe it's a lot of famous people that we like, who we probably already mentioned saying, Lord, don't call me TMZ. I don't want to talk about Diddy. I don't want to talk about Diddy. Mary J. Blige. People have been in her Twitter, in like her comments saying she should say something. Jay-Z's being accused.
I mean, Diddy just put out that album last year with mad people on it.
I mean,
Diddy just put out an album with Bryson Tiller.
You got a lot of nerve. Love.
He just put out an album with,
and was trying to change his name to Love. And his apology, you guys saw that?
No, but
Sunday he put an apology.
I did see that.
Yeah, it was bullshit. I was in a dark spot, and then he went on to say he was in a dark spot, apologized. He sought God, church, whatever.
Sure.
But then what the interesting part was that he would never say her name. I said to our friend Adrian, because people were like, why did he not apologize to Cassie? I said, something tells me that it's a stipulation in that settlement that he can't speak her name. And that's what it is. The part of the settlement was when he paid her privately that he could not speak her name again. So even though he's not saying, because he's not saying I apologize, he never says her name. He just talks about the said video, but never says the video. I gotta admit it was wrong. I was bad. I was in a dark spot. So I do think, just to be clear, that that's why they're claiming that he's not saying her name.
Okay.
because he legally cannot say it.
Interesting.
I mean, regardless, I'm not interested in anything he has to say.
Oh
though.
no, I think that I don't think it's. I mean, clearly it's no coming back from this.
It's
I think
no
it's
coming
done.
back.
No, I
that.
mean this is probably done.
Yeah.
I think it's done.
I would argue that Diddy is probably done. I want to find this video that I saw.
You
that
think
I
he's going to jail?
I hope
think
so. He
will.
better
I
go
hope
to
so.
jail. The fuck?
Now there was a part where Corey finds it. You know the reason that because people went to saying after that tape, why can't he be locked up just based upon that? That's clear assault. But it's a statute of limitations.
Yeah, it's
and
too
that's
old.
kind of started the conversation of they need to extend statute of limitations. I think here in California, you got like a 2-year window where women can come
Damn.
and admit or talk about or bring forth being assaulted. And I think that should be changed.
That's
Well, that's how a lot of this shit went down in New York because they opened up a thing.
They
So
did.
they opened up.
Well,
a
that's how
window.
Cassie was able to sleep through. Yeah, yes,
that's how
yes.
they were able to get
And this
through.
woman that accused them yesterday of drugging her, she did it in New York because they haven't expired yet.
But it happened in New York, or what is it?
It happened in New York in his studio. This is a woman who's saying that in 2003, she went to his studio and he drugged her and gave her copious amounts of weed, something was in her booze, and then forced her to perform oral sex on him.
Oh man.
So, hey, here we are.
Diddy probably got so many of these scenarios that he's been a part
That's
of that he
the
can't
thing.
even like pull
Here
them
we are.
apart. Realistically,
Blessings.
if that's the lifestyle you live in.
And in some ways, I feel like it's been alluded to. Like
It
when people
has.
talked about the Diddy parties, like
Mhm.
I'm just like, so we.
The only shocking part about it, Kiana, is that, and I had a conversation with this with a friend of mine, is that we didn't know the abuse angle. What I was always told, and I've lived for 15 years, it's a lot of shit that happens at Diddy's parties. There's another actor who parties they talk about too. I'm not mentioning his name on this show because I don't want to link him because I don't think it's anything harmful. I don't know, but I thought it was just a queen who was a closeted queen having fun with people.
Sex parties.
Yeah, the part that we didn't know was the abuse.
Right.
And the grooming and the trafficking. That's the part, and that's the part that that's the part that the feds are getting his ass. Yep. It's that. It's not, I mean, unfortunately, it's not him being a batterer. I think that it's interesting to me that, like, are we going to see someone in recent time, like, meaning since 2016, come out and say Diddy harmed me? Because as of now, I don't believe that many of the cases are since 2016. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I think some of these cases are before that. I think. I don't know. Outside of Cassie.
I wonder
They
what
broke
Diddy's
up
saying. I wonder
2019.
what Diddy is saying to his kids.
I remember I asked that question on the show. I wonder.
I wonder what Diddy say to his children.
Well, you know, one of them, that young kid is in the lawsuit for drugging. So he probably saying cheers. Like father, like son.
Thank you all so much
Thank you.
for tuning
Thanks for
into this episode of Late Nights with Oko and
We had to
Coco.
do it.
You know, we had to jump in and get into our bullshit. This is episode 26, 7, 8, something like that.
One of them.
One of them. But we are out here. We were in these streets. We'll be back next week. Kiana, thank you for joining us.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Happy to be here.
Okay.
It was great.
And hoes, we'll be back. Let us know what you think about the show. All right.
Ciao.
Till then.
Bye.